Hello and welcome. Normally, this channel is solely focused on Walt Disney World. That is my home base. That is the park I am a self-proclaimed expert in and look forward to seeing what's going on and just always have loved and adored and have gotten to visit many, many times. But over on the West Coast, the original park, Disneyland, is celebrating its 70th anniversary. Now, of course, they got to celebrate a little early back in May, where a lot of the really big, well-known content creators got to go over and check out what's happening in Disneyland. It's still a dream for me to be able to go to Disneyland. I wanted to go for my birthday and go to Club 33. That did not happen. But I'm still hoping that I can manifest in the future to be able to go to Club 33 and to go to Disneyland, period. Because it'd be a dream to do Disneyland. I understand the history and how important it is, because without Disneyland, we would not have Disney World. Now, even though I've never been able to step foot in Disneyland or California yet myself, I still do have a very small collection of Disneyland memorabilia. It is very small, it's only a few pieces, but I still feel like these pieces are pretty interesting to talk about. Now, this is not the first time I've talked about Disneyland. I've covered both the Disneyland Fun and Happy Haunting at Disneyland sing-along songs in the past, but this is my first time showing off specific Disneyland memorabilia, so let's get into it. Starting off with my first piece in the collection, this is something I've already made a video on. I built the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, so if you haven't seen that, I will put a link in the description below. I'm just going to glance over this, but it is still an important piece of the collection because it is the Disneyland Haunted Mansion. And if you follow me, you'll know that I'm a very, very avid collector of the Haunted Mansion by itself. Although, of course, the only Haunted Mansion I've experienced is the Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion. But I hope that changes in the future as well, because every Haunted Mansion in every park is different from the other. And I love that so much. But this is my little Lego Disneyland Haunted Mansion. And I know I said that in that video, but if they come out with more Lego sets, either Disneyland or Disney World, I will definitely be so interested in buying them. I still really love this. I love how it came out, and this is one of my favorite mini Lego sets that I've built so far in regards to Disney. Next up, I have a couple of the Disneyland 40th anniversary toys. I don't have the whole collection. I only have 5 out of the 7, I believe, but these are for the Disneyland 40th anniversary. They are 30 years old, so they did come out when I was alive, but of course too young to understand what these were. But these were from the old McDonald's meals, and I do love them because each of the characters are related to an attraction in Disneyland. According to what I found online, I'm missing 3 of them to make it a complete collection. Roger Rabbit in Mickey's Toontown, Peter Pan in Fantasyland, and Aladdin and Jasmine in Aladdin's Oasis. They're all viewfinder-based toys that all have a picture related to the ride inside. So, with the ones that I own, Briar Bear is in the now-defunct Splash Mountain, Mickey shows a nice vintage picture of Space Mountain, King Louie holds a picture of the Jungle Cruise, Simba shows the former Lion King Celebration Parade, because remember, The Lion King was completely brand new as a film when these toys came out, and Winnie the Pooh showcases a nice picture of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I know these were all overproduced. I'm sure thousands of millions of people have these, especially because they were all McDonald's adjacent toys. So lots were made. I know they don't have that much value to them, but I just love these so much, and I love the vintage technology now, which is so crazy, but like viewfinding is just so like nostalgic and comforting. So it's so cool to have. I know they're more of a display piece, especially now, but I'm so happy I have these. I would love for them to come out with something similar, but I know it'll never happen. Like, this is a toy and collection piece of its time period, especially because, again, you have Splash Mountain, which does not exist in its proper form anymore. We don't have Splash Mountain anymore. It's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So there are certain attractions that are much more valuable because they don't exist. And as we all know too, Walt Disney World and Disneyland are both in a transition phase at the moment, so I'm sure that list will continue to keep on getting longer. And it's good to still appreciate what we have. The main reason I wanted to make this video today in terms of showing off items for Disneyland is because of what I got from my aunt. This used to be my cousin's when he was younger, so it's not in great condition because I'm sure he played with it back in the day because it's from the 80s. But I think this thing is so cool. We have the Disneyland Commemorative Playset. See, it's already boxed up. I have not opened this. This is all tape from my aunt still. She asked me if I was interested in this while she was cleaning her house out, which of course, yes, give me all the Disney stuff. I will take it, especially retro Disney. So this was a set that was sold at Sears, obviously, which is also a defunct store. Sears doesn't really exist much either, which is crazy. So we have our Disney magic. And I wanted to open this up. I tried researching online for how much it originally sold for in stores, but I wasn't able to find it. There's a lot of people selling these sets online to various prices, but not too much information I could find otherwise. Like I said, this is not in great condition anyways, but I'm excited to see what it actually looks like in person. So let me take the tape off and open. Oh wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Wait, this is so cute. They're so small. This is not politically correct anymore. Oh my gosh. The 80s. Wow, this looks wrong on so many levels. We have little Dumbo here, which is so cute. And toys. This should be fun to set up. Oh, we got the play mat here. Okay, well, here we go. This is big. All right. Well, this will be interesting. It's going to take off the entire table. This is bigger than the entire table. Okay. Let's get this set up and we'll see what it looks like. You know, for a castle, this looks more like the Walt Disney World castle to me than the Disneyland one, but I have it set up as much as I can. This is cool looking, although you can really tell how old it is, but I like what we have. Wait, oh, I can do a little like Soarin' flyover. Let me do that. Okay, so you can tell this playset has been very well loved and well played with, and because even back then a lot of the materials were probably not made as well. They were made better than some things today, but still, especially you can tell here, plastic is melting. Oh, yeah, the flag is down. Well, that's it's not perfect. I knew it wasn't perfect. It's still cool that we have it to see, but it's at the end of life. It really is. And like I said, some of the things are not acceptable anymore, especially in Frontierland. I still like the history of Frontierland, but you look back and you're just like, yeah, this was not done well. Positive things. I love that Adventureland has a little jungle cruise. I'm assuming this is for it. And we have some animals here. So we have our little lion, giraffe that is the poor giraffe is dying. Like, look at these legs. And then a little cheetah or jaguar. I can't tell because it's just one color. Monkey, gorilla, Harambe, never forget. And then a rhino that even like, this is so warped. And again, this is just because this is an older set from the 80s. It's over 40 years old at this point. An elephant. The elephant's cute, but still they don't hold up. The problem area, of course, is the Frontierland area. I love these cars. Now, if we got these type of cars in Frontierland, these would be great, but we're not getting that. But this Western setting, I love this. The cowboy, however, is really weird looking and also has crud on it that I don't know what it is. And then we have our Native American over here, which again, it looks like such a problem. It's so crazy that this was part of it, but this is how it was back then. Complete with TP. There is still some cool things about it, which I really appreciate. Over here, we have our little Disneyland entrance to Main Street, USA. And then all our characters. So we have Minnie, Pluto. Pluto looks like he's dying with the way the bottom base is warped. Goofy, Donald. I do like that we have Ludwig Rondrek, but he is so warped as well by this point. He looks like he's about to cast a spell on everyone instead of conducting something. And even Mickey is so poorly made. I understand they put his tail around to have it instead of it sticking out, but and it's just such a bad plastic. Everything is sticky also, by the way, which is not fun. And even our little Disneyland omnibus, which is cool to see, you can tell it's so warped because this is all plastic and it's been in a box forever. And again, that's no fault, but it did not hold up. We also have this tickets, which is missing its base. I love how the stores all are reminiscent of the real Main Street USA. Like, they did a great job with this. We have our Penny Arcade, Crystal Palace, a gift store, just some generic stuff, ice cream. So I don't know if they have Casey's Corner over in Disneyland, but this would be Casey Corners for us. In Walt Disney World, I know it's different. And then over here we have our candy, a drugstore, shoes, juice bar, and then just a standard end building that's not labeled as anything over here. But this is the best part about it. I love this so much. I really do. I love how awesome it must have been when it was brand new. And all the characters, you can line them all up. Like, this just looks really cool and nostalgic and vintage. And I love that. Especially when we put back the bus. Fantasyland, we have our little Dumbo that, like I said before, it moves. Not well. But I believe you could just be like, yes. Oh, wait, can we fit we cannot fit the characters in here. Nope. That would have been better if you could put the characters in, but... Hey, kids. This is how we used to have fun before electronics. Dumbo on high speed. Okay. The last section, Tomorrowland, I don't know how to put together. We have this piece and then this piece. So I don't know if they just go on top like that. I don't. Or maybe it does. Oh, maybe it does. But not well. Yeah, it's not really working. But I'm assuming something along the lines of this, potentially. I don't know. So that didn't really go together. And then we do have this astronaut that is... This is so bad. It's so discolored. It's warped. The plastic is melting. That astronaut is not having a great day. There are still things about this that holds up, but for the most part, it really does not hold up. I'm still really happy to have been able to see this. And I'm sure back in the day, it was really awesome. And I'm sure a lot of kids had a lot of fun with it. I mean, the set is a lot older than I am. But you start to see how things were made a lot cheaper and continue to keep on being made cheaper and cheaper as the years had gone forward to today. I wonder if this brought back any memories for anyone that did have it, that played with it. Let me know below. Because even though I am a millennial, this was more Gen X, early millennials that got to experience this. Of course, when this did get released, Disney World did exist, but it was still in its very infinite stage. Only Magic Kingdom and Epcot existed during the time. Of course, I still understand and appreciate and value how important Disneyland history is. It's amazing that they've reached 70 years, and I really hope that I can attend the 75th anniversary in a couple of years, because that's much more realistic for me to get across the country than it is this year. I know Walt Disney World is my home, and I know that I do cater more to Walt Disney World. Everyone has their coast that they prefer, that they're familiar with. And of course, I love Walt Disney World because of Epcot. That is my park. But as I've gotten older, I have appreciated more and more how special Magic Kingdom has been, since it is the reason we're all here today in terms of being a Disney fan. So happy 70th anniversary to Disneyland. And I'll still be on the lookout for more unique Disneyland finds in the future. But until then, as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.